The first deck I was looking forward to playing this expansion is a Guardian Animals Druid, mostly just because Guardian Animals itself looks like a very powerful card, and pulling out Twilight Runner with it in particular seems very insane. And for my first deck of the expansion, things went pretty well. I started out 8-2 with this. One of my losses, of course, being the Mirror. As far as the list itself goes, I think most of it is pretty standard. I have seen people playing Escaped Mana Saber and Second Teacher's Pet over Lake Thresher, but I think that's definitely not correct. Lake Thresher is an insane hit off Guardian Animals. Like, you're spending the early turns just ramping so your opponent develops, and then, oh, fuck you, Lake Thresher, where's your development now? I think Lake Thresher is a solid 2-of in this deck. During my theory crafting, I wasn't totally sure whether or not Survival of the Fittest would make the cut, because it is a pretty big, clunky card, but in practice, so far this card has performed very, very well. You just ramp up to 10 so easily, you cheat it out with Kael'thas. Very solid card. As of right now, there is nothing I would change about this deck, and it feels very powerful.
Elise versus Uther. I will fight with honor.
Class is in session.
So what am I looking for? Overgrowth, Breath. Might keep Guardian Animals. Nature Studies is pretty good. I guess I would keep Nature Studies, right? Good chance for it to hit. Overgrowth, Wild Growth, Breath. That's one of my good cards. Oh, yikes.
Well met.
I guess I just curve out with Partner Assignment, right?
Why, hello there.
Pretty solid beasts, honestly. That's a lot of 1-drops you got over there, buddy.
Why do you call?
Oh, there's the Overgrowth. Alright, so very straightforward curve. Just play the Partner Assignment stuff and then Overgrowth into Guardian Animals.
In the light's name.
Could Hero Power here, but probably just play the Python. I could Hero Power Crystal Power to kill 2 1-drops. Probably just play the Python. Wonder if the Hellbore ever buffs anything in his deck. Probably not, unless it's another 1-drop. I could go ahead and kill this thing before it gets another bubble. It's actually kind of annoying because his 1-drops kill my Python and then he gets to send 4-2 into 4-4 and maybe get another shield. So I could like Hero Power and Crystal Power to kill it. But then I delay my Overgrowth, which delays my Guardian Animals. That doesn't seem good. Man, this thing is... Wow, this is the hardest turn 4 Overgrowth I've ever seen.
So many contradictions.
I think I still just play it though. At this point, because I drew this Twilight Runner, my Guardian Animals is actually really likely to hit a Lake Thresher, which is going to make that Divine Shield guy a little bit easier to deal with. That's pretty scary. I can actually kill it. Wait, Lake Thresher is a 4-power minion, right? Oh, I guess I have Ironbark. If I hit double Thresher, I can kill that 9/9. Get fucked, Light Warden. My hand is really shit right now. But I guess I do have Twilight Runner to get some cards. And I'm really far ahead on board. That Paladin deck is a lot worse when it's not ahead. Wow, that's a really insane 1-drop in that deck. If he plays it to kill my 4-1 though, my 5-5 eats his 3-5 for free. Oh. Survival of the fittest? Maybe it's better to just... Well, survival of the fittest goes ahead and buffs and protects the Like Thresher. It's pretty nice. Could try to get this in play first. Eh. If he's playing Blessing of Authority, I think I definitely want to keep his board clear. Sending 9 damage into that board is kind of a lot, but I think it's fine. Also, if he's playing Blessing of Authority, he's probably not playing Libram of Justice, I would guess. That's annoying. Hidden Oasis. This thing has 10 health. Embiggen shuts off my second guardian animals, but it's not even in my hand.
How curious.
What does Embiggen actually do, though? It buffs 6 things in my deck. I don't really love any of these, if I'm being honest.
Sands of time run low. Impurity will not be tolerated.
Wow. I felt like I had to cut that card for when I was playing Pure Paladin, or when I was building it, rather. I guess I just play Survival of the Fittest. Although, I guess it probably just depends on what I draw into. Actually, maybe healing this and playing another 5 is pretty good. I think this is better than Survival of the Fittest. I can just play Twilight Drake here. Seems fine. I feel like he's probably not playing Consecration, but he could be playing it, and he also could have just generated it, so let's get this thing healthy.
I cannot wait to read these.
I would be really surprised if he had Consecration and an activator for it here, which it looks like he doesn't. So that thing's a 9/9, probably just drop Survival of the Fittest here. And then I Bog Beam it. I guess this thing trades. It's a big ass Kael'thas. He is playing some buffs, but like this thing probably just hits him in the face. Like, if he slams Blessing of Authority on that thing and trades into my dragon, he's still just gonna freaking die. He has to deal with all 3 of my minions here. Oh, Lord Baroff, sure. Dig for Consecration? That would be tragic if he hit it. Alright.
Class is in session.
Let's go ahead and toss all this garbage. Let's go ahead and toss all this garbage. No, Guardian Animals is fine. I think you probably keep animals off the mulligan. I'm not sure though, Overgrowth might be too important. Quite a hand I've found myself with here. Well, that fills out my curve below this 10, and this 7. The thing is, if I just draw Overgrowth, I'm like suddenly in a really solid spot. 1 in 12 to hit it, another 1 in 12 to hit Nature Studies, which can be pretty good. And Breath of Dreams is actually still a pretty good draw next turn as well. Ramps right into the Emerald Explorer. So I have 6 really good draws in my deck and 1 terrible draw. If I win this game, Huff Daddy over there needs to delete his deck.
Free of that blasted tower.
Looks like a big warrior, probably. Okay. Reaper's Scythe. Pretty good with the Corsair Cash in that deck. He didn't use his Vargoth this turn, though.
We must stop this corruption.
I can't imagine Twin Tyrant being good against that deck. I guess I just take this big idiot and hope it... Well, I hope I never have to play it, but maybe it's relevant at some point. Next turn I can at least play Guardian Animals, but it's actually not super good because if I hit Twilight Runners, I don't even have hand space for them. Maybe I just don't even play... Well, I can't really play Emerald Explorer either. Maybe I should have played this Crystal Power on turn 5, knowing that I would have hand space issues. I mean, I guess I can just Guardian Animals and leave the Twilight Runners stealth. Pretty likely to hit something that kills Vargoth as well. Alright, this is fine. This Reaper's Scythe is fucking annoying. If I hit here, I have a 3 and a 6. If I hit here, I have a 5 and a 4. So this hit is a little bit better against Reaper's Scythe. I could make this hit and then, like, Ironbark this. That way neither of my things... Or I guess I could do it on either one of these, neither of my things would die. I feel like the Ironbark is kind of good, though. Maybe it allows me to play the Proto-Drake later. I don't really know. I'm gonna make the attack that seems to be better. Oh, he Spellbursted this already, I forgot. Yeah, the Reaper's Scythe is kind of weird because sometimes you're forced to Spellburst it when it's not really good. Okay, this is worse against Troublemaker. I think. Do these things obey Taunt? I don't actually know if they do. They seemed like they did there, but there's also just a 1 in 9 that they did that. Let's see here. I want to kill this Troublemaker. Can I do that? I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's pretty fucking terrible, but I think I do have to kill it. Costs me 3 mana. Could just Overgrowth with it, I guess. Or I could try to Nature Studies into something relevant. I don't think I can really Nature Studies into anything that lets me play a threat. I guess another Crystal Power, or a Claw. Alright, let's go Nature Studies first. Lightning Bloom. Sarah was okay there. I don't know, I got kind of pressured because I waited too long. Lightning Bloom does overload me though. Like next turn I don't really have much of a play, so maybe it wasn't great. But, like I can't, there's nothing in my deck I can draw into that would be unplayable next turn, so that's good at least. What were my other options off the Nature Studies? I think there was a Breath of Dreams that did seem pretty shitty. I don't know. Another Nature Studies. Well, I guess I attempt to find a play with this. Overflow's hard to use. I might just go ahead and get the Overgrowth out of my hand here. It's like Overgrowth first and then Nature Studies to keep the mana discount. Well, if I Nature Studies first, I could hit another Lightning Bloom, which would let me play... Well, I guess another Lightning Bloom isn't actually that good. So Runic Carvings is the value pick here. If I think I'm casting Survival of the Fittest next turn, actually Partner Assignment's pretty good. That's actually really insane with Survival of the Fittest. And this Goblin Lackey I picked up is really nice with these big idiots I have sitting in my hand. It's your whole turn, buddy? Well, I think I do like Survival of the Fittest here. It's pretty hard to find the time to play that card sometimes. And it just makes, like, my Cable Rat in particular much more relevant on the board. Plus it makes something like Ysera plus Lackey way more insane next turn. Imagine putting a 4-drop in your Dimensional Ripper deck. Other than Vargoth. Vargoth is good. Kael'thas. Actually can't really enable Kael'thas that well here. What if I just play another frickin' Survival of the Fittest? Is that the play? I could go like Breath of Dreams, and then if I hit something cheap, I can Kael'thas Survival of the Fittest. And if I don't hit something cheap, I can just play this Plagued Proto-Drake. How likely am I to hit a playable with Breath of Dreams? I'm actually extremely likely to hit something. That's what we call a whiff. That Bulwark saved him a shitload of health. Maybe I shouldn't. Well, I don't know. I could have Hero Powered instead of Breath of Dreams. Would have pushed 8 damage. I'm not really that concerned about pushing damage though when I have Alexstrasza in my hand. Come on, Emerald Explorer. Also acceptable. Can shoot that with Crystal Power. Probably not super good. It's a good anti-Blade Storm card. Well, there's not much reason to play Alex here because I don't chip through his armor anyway. Can actually kind of pop off with Kael'thas. I have to deal 3 damage to one of my things, but well, I can actually Breath first, so I don't necessarily have to do that.
How curious.
What if I play Kael'thas, both of these? I guess it's pretty unlikely that I could overflow in Survival of the Fittest. I don't know. Kind of like Kael'thasing here. I overdraw 1 with Overflow. I probably just don't need to do that. Like, why do I need more resources? These 2 threats take up 2 turns by themselves. Although I guess burning through my deck when I have Ysera in hand is kind of a real play. Maybe I should have overflowed here. I also should have positioned differently for second Reaper Scythe, but probably not going to matter. I hope he has an Execute or something. Oh, second Blade Storm. Kael'thas is still at 1 health, right? double Bladestorm Whirlwind. This has to just be a Ysera turn, right? Do I just play a 9/9 here? I mean, I kind of like the rush, but it's also a 9/9. I don't think well, I don't know. I feel like Dimensional Rippers into a Rattlegore. Maybe I do need to speed this game up a bit.
How curious.
I have Bog Beams to deal with some threats a little bit at least. I wish this thing was like a 5/5 so I could more easily just keep it in my hand instead of having to make a decision. I think 9/9 is probably just a little bit too big to hold back on though. Especially since this does threaten lethal somewhat. So I can double Bog Beam, Hero Power, push 13. I can actually overflow along with that. Heal this thing up a pretty reasonable amount.
So many contradictions.
Heal myself since I'm eating 7. I don't know if I really want to pull that many Dream Portals out of my deck, but it's probably fine. I'm also not sure if double Bog Beaming is better than just trading with the Ysera here. Could have healed some of the health on the Ysera anyway, but this pushes a lot more damage.
Time run low.
Waxadread's insane. This is really, really good. I hit like the perfect amount of portals. I maybe could have standed to hit like one less portal, but because I hit a Proto Drake and a Waxadread, it ends up just being insane. So, as of right now, he's just dead on board, right? He's at 25, this is 28.
Sleep now.
Wow, I hit a Kael'thas. I'd played both of my Survival of the Fittest though, so it wasn't too insane. Man, Big Druid is just bigger than Big Warrior, huh? Shaman. I actually don't think I've played against a Shaman yet. Totem Shaman and Spell Damage Shaman are the most likely candidates. Wow, this hand is insane. I think I mulligan Nature Studies to find a dragon. Nature Studies is really insane, but I'm pretty sure that's right. What am I looking to hit off Nature Studies? Wild Growth? Guardian Animals? I think I toss it. I do YOLO the Breath of Dreams next turn, right? That is a pretty juicy hero power target. Could Lightning Bloom out my Overgrowth. Puts me on 5 mana next turn, but I only have 3. I think I'd rather just hold Lightning Bloom for Kael'thas. Bummer. Could Lightning Bloom that out next turn. I think I just like hero power into Overgrowth. Especially with that pickup. So whether I Overgrowth... Like, Overgrowth doesn't really change when I can play Guardian Animals since I picked up Lightning Bloom. But I guess that just means that I'm not playing Lightning Bloom.
Could you repeat that?
That's really scary. I mean, I could Hero Power, Crystal Power that, and then Lightning Bloom out the Guardian Animals next turn. But Overgrowth just seems so much stronger here. What's the worst that could happen? Double 1-drop, double Storm's Wrath is probably the nightmare. But even that, my Guardian Animals deals with reasonably well. Oh, this is scary.
Write that down.
He could bloom another reflection. Okay. This was not that bad. I'm 2 out of 3 to hit Lake Thresher. If I hit Lake Thresher, I think I'm just winning this game. That's insane. I could innervate out hero power to kill Totem instead of this 3/4, but I don't think that's really relevant. I have another Guardian Animals for next turn, but it only pulls 1 Twilight Runner, so I'm not too excited about that. Those totems are big. Well, I probably just want to buff my Thresher to kill those, right? So, Kael'thas, double spell. Double spell can be Bloom plus Breath. Can be Iron Bark plus Crystal Power.
How
Kind of like Crystal
curious.
Powering this thing, I think.
Energy. Power. My people are addicted to it.
Oh wait, can I play Guardian Animals too? I can, right? I thought Kael'thas is insane. Why is Kael'thas so dumb? I could have maybe done this in a different order that allowed me... Like, I could have attacked with the Twilight Runner this turn, but I don't think that was really important. I just have lethal, don't I? 9/9 is 18, plus 8 is 26. I feel like he had a really strong opener, too. He just got fucking destroyed.